Hi everyone, Coach Sullivan here again with MGS Coaching Football. To my subscribers, I thank you, and to those who haven't yet, I hope you do. I just completed my 38th year coaching football, and I was a defensive coordinator, but over that time, I've been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, I've been a head coach, all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation today, I want to talk to you about one of our RPO coverages that we call Bronco. Okay? And so what I want to do is go over the premise behind Bronco, and it's going to tie in with one of our other RPO coverages, so you really kind of need to use them together in tandem, as you'll see. All right, so the Bronco premise. You can use multiple fronts. I have it illustrated today in our base 3-4 front, but you can utilize four down, 3 down, whatever configuration you have, okay? The outside linebacker to the offset halfback is what we call static. So I'll go over this here, okay? It's still a read of sorts, but it's still static as well, as you're going to see, and I'm going to tie it in with the other RPO coverage. Pistol, we Omaha it. So obviously pistol, gun with the back behind. That's an Omaha. We just say Omaha 4, Omaha 4. Omaha means off. I've been using that for 38 years. Peyton Manning uses it, and you would have thought he reinvented the game of football. All right, so that's what Omaha means to us. This is good versus both zone and power read, and obviously it's RPO good as well because it's going to be a much different read for the quarterback. And as I just mentioned, you need to use it in conjunction with, and the other RPO coverage, gray read to confuse the quarterback. Okay, gray read, I'm going to just reintroduce only from what the outside linebacker does so you can see how it will confuse the quarterback. And again, that too is only to an offset back. Okay? So that's what I want to go over with you today. Excuse me. All right, so I'm going to tell you now, it's going to get messy ahead of time. I'm going to try and remember to do the defensive with red and the offense with black, but that's not a guarantee either. So I'm just apologizing ahead of time. All right? So first off, again, let me focus right now on the outside linebacker to the offset halfback. Okay? In Bronco, it's always check orbit if number 2 is detached, which he is. So it's check orbit. That's consistent for everything. That's a given. In Bronco, he is static versus the running back in, which means to the quarterback. That's run action. All right? And that could be either zone or power read. So obviously you call this when you're expecting either of those. But if it turned out to just be a straight inside zone, or it turned out to be, anything, just a draw, that's still a run action, he's still going to be static. Okay? So the gray read, so static means just that. The action happens and the outside linebacker doesn't move. He keeps his outside foot hot, buzzing, but he doesn't move. Okay, he's static. So now the quarterback, he's not moving. So hopefully just sitting there not moving in a window for both 2 and 1 takes away the P option, the pass in the RPO. Okay? So this is why you use it in conjunction with gray read. The same action running back in, whether it's zone read, power read, if it ends up being anything else, right? It's a run action inside. In gray read now, that same outside linebacker is blitzing the quarterback. So our alignments are disguised, which is built into our whole defense. So we look the same. Quarterback comes out. All right, here it is. Everything's the same. Last time we ran this, he was in my face, blitzing. Runs it again, he's just sitting there. Okay, so just that simple. You blitz the quarterback one time, same look. The next time he just sits there in the window. Okay, this is why you need to use the two together. If somehow you're able to get away with always running gray read or always running Bronco, awesome. I've never been that lucky, so I've always had to pair the two, meaning Gray Reed, see that in the RPO coverage playlist on the whiteboard, and now this, Bronco. Okay, so let me get into it a little bit more here. So the defensive call example here is 50, Bronco, play ball. That means the front, the coverage is Gray 4. That's our base match quarters coverage. So go to my match quarters Gray 4 on the whiteboard, and you get all of that. Okay, so I'm not planning on going over that. So what this now means, okay, he goes inside. Let's say it's a zone read. Okay, zone read. So the quarterback's reading here, and he should be able to pick up the outside linebacker. All right, well, this is a B-gap defender. So he's should be inside, bending off the butt, which should be a keep read. So that's what this means. The backer on the side of the halfback and Bronco, the inside backer, is also static versus zone read. And I'll get to the power read in a second. Versus zone read, he's static. So now he sees, which means read the mesh. He sees quarterback kept it. See, I almost did it. He sees quarterback kept it. Now he's an inside quarterback defender. He sits in the window until the quarterback, and if the quarterback's running like this, he's got to stay in the window. If the quarterback has tucked it and is running, he now becomes an outside quarterback defender. But if it's a true RPO, so now the quarterback's keeping it because of that read, and now he's here looking for the pass option, then he sits and stays static in the window. Okay? That's the zone read. Now, if it were a power read, and again, there's so many different ways that this could be blocked, but right now, let's assume he's pulling, and so he's coming across, and so the in this case, the quarterback, I'm going to switch to blue. The black's kind of dying on me. The quarterback could be reading here because they're going to come high wall the back of him. Might be reading him. Or he's going to get inside position and he might be reading him. Okay, so I'm going to go with he's reading the static inside linebacker so I can illustrate this. When he pulls, I can still stick with the red though. When he pulls, shuffle, shuffle, get on the other side of the ball. So now that should be quarterback keep. While the outside linebacker now, so that's why I want to do this. The outside backer who's sitting there static sees the quarterback's keeping the ball. He's now folding in hard, inside, folding in. Okay, he is folding in there. And we're going to get help from the safety as well. And you're going to have the inside linebacker should be still able to get across because that's his cheat step. See my base playlist, base fronts on the whiteboard. Okay, his pressure keys the tackles, visual keys the guard. So he's cheat stepping. He's a B-gap defender. He should not get cut off. So first level, he should have the defensive end plus the folding outside linebacker when he sees its quarterback keeping the power read. Okay? So that's what I wanted to cover with the inside backer. I now want to focus 100% on the outside static linebacker. Okay? So see what I mean? About it getting messy real fast? All right, I wasn't kidding. So that's how the outside linebacker and inside linebacker handle running back inside. That's run action, both zone read and power read. Okay? So I'm going to erase the wording underneath here because I've covered he's static versus the zone read and the power read. Now I want to talk to you about how we play the more common RPOs that we face. Okay? And before I do that, whenever the back comes outside like that, again, he stays static. It's check orbit. If it's a speed option, so here comes the quarterback, he just sits. Okay, and if the quarterback's pass ready, he sits. If it's a true, he's coming down because he's got the ball here at the chest level. Well, let's remember, there's no mesh to read there, so now he's going to be there to force the pitch. So he's ready to explode up the field to take the pitch back, being alert for, I almost did it, but being alert for a block back or a semi-crack by number 2. He's got to patch over that. Okay? So that's the only scenario where the back's coming out to him. All right, so now let's get to defending the RPOs. And I'll finish with, again, gray read versus static. So gray read versus Bronco, you need to use the two together just to confuse the quarterback. That's pretty much all you need to do. And I'll also give you one of our sniper game calls that we use to mix in. Okay? So California is a slant slide. Dakota double slant. Florida smash. Hawaii hitches. Napa, California, right? Slant bubble. The old bubblies from Napa Valley, right? The wine region. So I'm going to stick with the blue for the offense. The outside backer stays static. I just want you to see how this works. Versus slant slide. Okay, gray 4, he matches the out. By sitting in the window, he shouldn't have to do anything else, plus he's got the safety coming down on top. That's California. Dakota, double slant. Okay? The corner is going to ride hard if you've seen any of my playlists, but again, by sitting in the window, he hopefully screws up the slant to 1 for sure, and number 2 is not too keen on wanting to cut across the face of the outside linebacker. So see, just by him being there, see how this gets in the window of these combinations. The Florida smash. We're going to be able to cover it. He's going to bail and sink, and he's in the window. He's just not going to cut it. Again, we're in a position to play that route, okay, by not moving. The Hawaii hitches, again, same thing. He sits and hitch. He's there in the window. If you're the quarterback, I don't know as if you really want to work on that throw. Now it's almost like an option route. You're going to force the hitch to have to move. And then the Napa slant bubble. Again, by not moving, right? By being in that window, you take care of the slant, and he's going to come up and take the bubble. So in that base grade 4 on pass, or when he finally reads that it's pass because the surface is showing run, he's always working a 1. In gray read, he's on the run action, he's blitzing the quarterback, and now he's just sitting there. So there's 3 different reactions from that outside linebacker, and nobody else has to do anything different. That's how simple this can be, okay? And so the last thing I want to show you here is we call 50 Okie Bronco. That's one of our sniper calls. Okie is to go opposite the back, so we would make a lucky call here. And the defensive line, they just hear lucky, they go left. For those who are supposed to. They hear Ringo, they go right. So now, again, I promised you it would get messy. It did. So I'm going to violate all my color rules now. Right? He's no longer green. He's blue. He's going to slant hard up into B. He's going to stick into A. My bad. He's going to slant into A. He's going to slant hard into B. And you could still play your Bronco. See, it doesn't affect anybody else. So if we have, lots of different sniper games, A rifle line stunt is a run line stunt. Sniper is specific to trying to defend against zone read, power read, and other presentations. But you can mix and match your defensive line games with your fronts, multiple fronts, with your base coverage, which in this case is grade 4 match quarters, with the tweak being outside linebacker static. He stays there. Okay? So again, to the people who have subscribed, I thank you. To those who haven't, I hope you do. To everyone, any questions, please reach out to me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com because I'd love to talk football with you.